Robert J. Conley here, coming to you live on YouTube and on Instagram. All right, so this might be more of a rant than helpful coaching, but I hope it's helpful coaching too. But there's definitely a an element of personal um, preferences in this talk. So the title of my talk is "Appreciation, Not Apologies," and I feel more and more as if, and I'll say corporate America. It's not just corporate America, but there is a mindset these days that no person should ever have to wait more than a nanosecond for service. And that there's all kinds of conjecture about the cause and about, it's whether it's our phones that have shortened all of our attention spans or whatever. I'm not here to talk about that. What I am here to talk about, though, is how we approach it. And so, in my mind, the first thing to do, so there's the customer approach and there's the um, um, company slash worker approach. And, as a customer, I think the best way to approach it is to give the person the benefit of the doubt and say, I'm pretty sure this person's working as hard as they can. And I'm pretty sure they've had a rough day. And I am going to be gracious and appreciative that they're here. That's my mindset. I appreciate that you are here. And I'm sure they get ripped upside one up one side, down the other, probably at times from both sides, both from the frontline people getting ripped by management and also by customers. But I think that if we could all have a frame of reference of, I appreciate that you're here. Because what the reality is that whatever business we're frequenting or organization, the reason we're there is because they can do something for us better than we can do it for ourselves. They can do it higher quality, shorter time, make it more dependable, all these things. That are getting done as a service to us. So when we put in perspective a wait time, what is that compared to what it would take you? I don't know, in the case of your doctor, in your case of having to go to medical school. So first side on that customer side is come from appreciation. Come from appreciation that this organization is there to serve you. And you know what? Might have been a few minutes. Sorry, as I'm saying that too, though, there are certain organizations that you can tell they couldn't care less. And for those organizations, they can all burn in hell. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the people who are day in and day out doing the absolute best they can. So I had these three occasions, and each one struck me. So I went to a walk-up food place last week, and it was one of those places where they cook your food to order. And so it's not McDonald's it wasn't McDonald's where you expect your burger and fries by the time you hit the window. No, it was a walk-up place, and they custom cooked your meal. I had two separate people come and apologize to me that it was taking so long, and in my mind, it wasn't taking too long at all. So there was an assumption, number one, about the customer, and that it's taking too long. But here's here's an opportunity they missed. Is they missed a little bit of an opportunity. Instead of stopping and just purely apologizing, is stopping. Now they could have offered like some sort of a really inexpensive little food sample. They could have just again, where I say express appreciation, don't apologize. Express appreciation. You know what? This is taking a little bit longer than we like. Thank you so much for your patience. Appreciate it. Stop apologizing. Stop apologizing. And because the other part is there's only good people that apologize. it's jerks that are indifferent to it. So in the case of that food situation, they had a little bit of a mini marketing opportunity there that could have added to the experience. Second one was calling my healthcare provider, and I'm part of a enormous healthcare provider. They might be the biggest one where I live. I think I know they are, but they have an onerous voicemail system that's quite painful, actually. But the actual wait time is usually, I mean, they had their COVID challenges, but especially now, there's never any wait. But they always answer the phone with the assumption of, and with an apology. I'm sorry for the wait time. How can I help you? Well, again, there's an opportunity to build rapport, not to be assumptive and to say, hey, we're working on our wait time. How was yours? Now, I know some people, yeah, that's going to open a can of worms and a bunch of conversation I don't really want. Well, maybe, maybe not. But the experience a customer will have of coming from a concern and seeking feedback and the benefit of the feedback far outweighs the one every whatever it is 20, 30, 50 customers are going to take a little more time on that than you'd like them to. So I can make a case for both of those approaches, but I still think that, again, instead of coming from apology, come from appreciation, come from, hey, how did it go for you? That's a bridge builder. That's a rapport builder. And so that's that was the voicemail one. And then the last one was in another retail environment where I was in a store. Oh my gosh, I had to watch this poor clerk just deal with just a nasty customer, just nasty. And the first thing, first thing that this young woman said when she came over to me, again, was an apology. And you know, she had no control over that. And so, try not to allow yourself, and especially if you're the boss, teach your people you don't apologize. It's not something you can control. If you can't control it, you don't owe an apology. Now, there is an element of diplomacy, of rapport building, of acknowledging that took longer than expected. That's different from an apology. And so, again, with the for the young woman to have just come over and said, even acknowledge maybe, oh, you know what, that was a little, I'm sorry, that took, oh, wow, I just went and said, I'm sorry. How good am I? So anyway, to walk up and say, thank you for your patience. How can I help you? And to not necessarily open with the apology, and to just acknowledge that the person, express appreciation for the person hanging in there, and instead of an apology. And so, every time we have the opportunity to express appreciation, we can build a bridge. And my final little, which is just another one of my little irritants, but I'll share it, is I'm going to make this a generational thing because I see it mainly as under 30 people or under 4, whatever. There's an age group. Don't know how to say thank you. That when leaving an establishment, it's no worries, no, whatever. It's like, no, employees should say to customers, thank you for coming. Thank you for being a patron of this, not patron, but express appreciation. That over time sinks in, and it's nothing dramatic. It's subtle, but the mindset that changes both in your employees and your customers. And when your employees, again, you reinforce expressing appreciation for the patronage, for the person being someone who's the lifeblood of this business, as opposed to day in and day out apologizing for the fact that things aren't perfect. And now I'll do a 2-week seminar on other aspects of where we apologize continuously for things not being perfect. So speaking of not perfect, that's what I've got to say today. Shoot for expressing appreciation, not for apologizing. I'm Robert J. Conley. I'll see you next time.